What's up, guys? Jonny May here, tuning in for this live lesson. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about the basically one scale that I love to use. It's probably the most important scale if you want to improvise over the piano. If you play jazz piano, pop, blues, stride piano, whatever style you play, whatever song you want to play, this is one of those scales that kind of works almost over any song. And so whenever I have a student that wants to learn how to improvise, I show them this scale because it's so, it works almost, like I said, every song. It also works over almost any chord in a key, okay? So it is a very, very cool scale. Guys, I'm really excited. We're doing this live lesson, so you have the opportunity to ask me questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save the questions for the end of the lesson, and we'll do the lesson. The lesson will probably take about 10 minutes, so it'd be really great if you were sitting at your keyboard. After the lesson, you can ask me questions, and then I also want to remind you guys that we are doing a 50% off special at pianowithjonny.com. If you guys ever wanted or considered becoming members, this is the best time to sign up. So I'll put a link to that below, but check out Piano with Jonny. I think we're running the special until Friday this week. All right, guys, so super, super fun. Really excited to show this to you, and basically, like I said, this is called, it's one scale. It's called the gospel scale, okay? And it's a very cool scale because it works over a lot of styles. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a few styles for you and show you how this works. It's literally the same scale the whole time. So we'll start with like a swing style. Check it out. Okay, let's do like a Latin style. Okay, let's do like a stride style. Okay, let's do like a pop style. Okay, so what's very cool, guys, is the whole time I was playing the same scale. Okay, so it's very, very cool. It's called the gospel scale, and super excited to show it to you guys. By the way, I can see all of you guys commenting here. We're streaming to primarily YouTube, but I'm also streaming to Facebook. We've got a Facebook page called PWJ Challenges. It's a group of pianists that I've gotten to know pretty well. So welcome, everyone. In fact, what I'm going to do here is just say welcome to everyone tuning in, and then we'll dive into the lesson. And also, guys, we'll have a chance to ask me questions during the lesson. So we're here at the lesson angle, and just welcome everyone tuning into this stream. Super nice comments over here. So welcome. We got a lot of names here, so I'm not going to say everyone's name, but what we'll do is I'm going to pull it back to you guys. Like I said, at the end of the lesson, I will be answering your questions. All right, you guys. So hopefully you're sitting at your keyboard. Because this is a piano lesson. By the way, this is what we do at Piano with Jonny for our members. We do live workshop lessons every month. The members get to tune in live and chat with me, just like we're doing here today. So it's a ton of fun. So I'm going to be talking about the Piano with Jonny membership throughout the lesson, just FYI, because we are doing a big launch special. We just launched a new website, ton of new features, so we're really super excited about that. And let's go ahead and dive in, guys. Let's talk about this. So we are looking at this scale. It's called the gospel scale, okay? It's a very, very cool scale. And it's only 6 notes. 6 notes, that's it. That's all you guys got to learn, and you kind of can play over just about any song. The notes here are C, D, E flat, okay? And then I go thumb under to E, okay? And then I go like G, A, C, okay? The gospel scale. And you know, this scale is actually, you might notice, if you play piano and you kind of improvise, you might notice this is actually the A blues scale, but it starts on C, okay? So if you played A blues scale, that's the A blues scale. Same scale, but it starts on the C, which is the 3rd, okay? So this is kind of the first step, is kind of learn this scale. Okay, I would use my thumb on C, thumb on the E, and then I'd go 2, 3, and then to C, okay? The gospel scale. Really, really important scale. Now, I always give our students exercises at Piano with Jonny. You learn a concept, which we call theory, and then you learn exercises to master that concept, and then we talk about application, like how do you actually use it in songs, okay? So we're going to do a quick exercise, guys. Try to play this with me. This is a triplet exercise. Okay, and what we're going to do here is, you really want to master moving up and down the piano, because a good improviser is an improviser who can really play in all registers. They can play up here. Okay, they can play anywhere. So go ahead and try this with me, guys. By the way, these what we call quick tip lessons are archived at Piano with Jonny for our members. You can also download the sheet music, which you're seeing here. We have smart sheet music. So a lot of resources for our members. You can watch this anytime. So here we go, guys. Let's just play this together. So we're going to play the scale triplets up the piano. And notice that my thumb basically, hits all of the E's and then all the C's. And that's going to be the target point. That's what I want you to think about when you're practicing the scale, is just think about these target notes for your thumb, because then the rest of your fingers just play whatever notes proceed in the scale. And then you do the same thing down. I would just do some nice triplets down the piano. Third finger on E flat, third finger on A, third finger on E flat, okay? So again, this is a triplet exercise up and down the piano. And the key here, guys, is to get like a nice jump, okay? Whenever you're jumping, like if your thumb, I call that a jump or a cross under, you always want to make sure that's accurate. That's what most pianists struggle with, getting accuracy on these jumps. So that's something you can do, is when you're practicing this, just practice one position where you're crossing under. It's really, really helpful. And then, you stop on each cross under point until you've mastered that individual cross under point, and then you can extend the exercise, okay? So that's a little triplet exercise, really helpful for the students. What I want to do, guys, is I want to show you this particular scale over a ballad, okay? And ballad is one of the most common styles that our students play over at Piano with Jonny. We have a lot of cocktail jazz courses. In fact, this month we have a jazz ballad soloing challenge at Piano with Jonny, where we talk all about improvising over a ballad. But I want to teach you guys this very simple chord progression here, because it, like I said, is not too hard to play. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go root third on the E, C and the E. Okay, we're going to go twice, 1, 2, and then we're going to go A and G, 3, 4. You guys with me? Now we're going to go root third on the D minor, 1, 2, and then on the G7, 3, 4. This is called the turnaround progression. It's one of the most common progressions in jazz music, and a ton of songs use this progression. So in our learning tracks at Piano with Jonny, we have whole sections on the turnaround progression, which is super important. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Looks like we're doing good on the live stream. Twice there, twice on the A, D, and G. And this is what you're going to use to basically play the right hand and basically improvise lines over a nice left-hand pattern. So I just master these. These are called shells. Okay, they're simple, like 2-note chords. Okay. Now I want to show you a few things you can do with this scale, because it's one thing to learn a scale, but it's another thing to know exactly what to do with it. And I love to use slides, and there's kind of 3 slides that I really like to use. I'll do a slide, okay, up to the A. That's the 6th of the scale, like that. Okay, that's really nice. Okay, I'll do a slide to the 3rd. Notice I'm sort of mixing these together. Okay, it's something I encourage our students to do. And then you can also do a down slide to your 2. Notice how I'm mixing all of these slides, and this is a really, really cool technique, okay? You can use eighth notes in triplets, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, those are the sound of eighth notes. You can do triplets. Triplet, 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 triplet. So you're basically playing 3 notes in the right hand for every chord in the left hand. Okay, moving a little fast here, guys. I do want to get to your questions, because that's kind of the whole idea of these live lessons, right? Harmonized slides, guys. This is another cool technique. Check it out. Okay, so basically the idea here, guys, is we're using, the same scale, but I'm using the A, D, down slide to D, See what I'm doing? I'm using my 2 finger, okay? And this is something that you can play with. Okay, isn't that a nice sound? And it's actually not terribly hard to play. Okay, a couple more techniques, guys, or 3 more techniques, then we'll take it to your questions. By the way, this is the pentatonic scale. I do see some comments coming in. Is that the pentatonic scale? It is. It's C pentatonic is this scale, except we're adding a note. We're adding a flat third to the pentatonic scale, okay? So it's C pentatonic, add flat 3, okay? But it's called the gospel scale, just in case you guys were wondering. All right, that's the turns. Actually, let's talk about turns. Here's the sound of turns. Okay, and the turn basically is I start on like the 2, right, the D, and then I do this quick turn like that, okay? And I'm just coming up from the flat 3, like that. And for this particular exercise, this is an exercise here, okay? You're gonna go 2, do the turn, and then D, C, okay? Notice I kind of hold the first note long. Okay, that's the turn technique. You can also do harmonized turns. These are super nice. Oh, love this sound. Kind of has a smooth jazz sound to it, okay? So it's a ton of fun to play. For this one, I got D and A turn there, D and A, and then I go A and then C, D on the bottom. I got the A on the top this whole time. It's harmonized, okay? Okay. And again, guys, we have the lesson sheet music here. Again, this is available on Piano with Jonny for our members. Again, we're doing the 50% off, up to 50% off special this week until Friday. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the membership. Jonny, when are you going to do a special again? This is the big special that we're offering. So if you want to save like the most amount of money, get in, guys. This is the best time to get in. We've already had a ton of members join the platform. So again, I'll put a link to that below. Final technique, guys, is the gospel chord technique. This is a slight difference. We're not just going to stick with the scale. Let me play it for you. It's super cool. Okay. For this one, we're going to grab the C chord, C pentatonic, like this. I use 2, 3, 4, and 5 fingers like this, okay? And then I'm going to slide the E from the D sharp like that. Okay, you guys see that? So you're grabbing that, and then you're sliding up to there, okay? And this is really nice. So we're going to start here. Then I go to a straight F major. I'm using fingers 2, 4, and 5. And then I hop back to here, okay? Okay, that's very cool, a gospel kind of a sound. Okay, when you put it with the left hand, okay, really, really fun sound, cool sound. And again, I'm just using these simple chord shells in my left hand. All right, guys, so we've been going about 12 minutes here on the lesson. This concludes the lesson. Again, this is called the gospel scale. And it's a very useful scale in all of our improv courses, which we have a lot of improv courses at Piano with Jonny. Almost regardless of the style, I'm usually talking about the gospel scale and how to use it in each of these respective styles. But guys, this is a live lesson, and so what I would love to do is turn it to you guys, answer your questions. It's kind of several things. One, you can ask questions about the lesson. You can also ask general questions about the piano. And if you have questions about the 50% off special, I will try to answer those as well. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to look at our YouTube comments. Again, I am streaming to Facebook, so if you're in one of those groups, I'll do my best to get to your questions. So let's start at the top. I've been taking several piano courses. Yours is the best because your teaching method is simple and clear. Thank you. I appreciate that. Donna, Gerard thinks I'm a sexy beast. Well, can't argue with that. So thanks, Gerard. You're super sweet, man. Thank you for your breaking down complex stuff. You are very welcome. I'm glad to help you guys. And guys, this is what I live for. This is what I'm so passionate about in life, is helping students reach what they're capable of. And I've had incredible students go on to become professional pianists, and it's such a joy for me. And so I really live for this. This is what I kind of wake up every day and think about. And this is what we do over at Piano with Jonny. Hello, welcome everyone. And credit card arrives next month. Sale ends Friday. I know, that's how it goes sometimes. Let's keep going here. I'm going to just scroll down here. This is probably a better way of doing it. Claudia from New Hampshire, welcome to this live lesson in Q&A. Rain, Summer, I see all of your comments here. Just got annual membership. It's lit. Cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Welcome to the membership. I'm not sure what your name is, but I look forward to getting to know you in the community. Steve Barker, welcome. Anita, welcome. Guys, and I appreciate the love here. You know, YouTube is it's one of those lonely things where you post videos and then you see comments, and then you post videos and you see comments, and it's really great to be able to hang with you guys and chat here. This is way more fun than just posting a video after another one. Trinidad, what's up? How you doing? 7-mode scale. Great to see all you guys. I see all your comments. Thank you guys. Super sweet. Yeah, and Oscar, like I said, that's just the one skill you need. Think you've taken advantage of 50% off. You've been trying to learn piano for a while, seem to have hit a wall. I play about 4 times slower than songs should be. Can't seem to process the info. I want to say to you and anyone else struggling to play slowly that we have technique courses at Piano with Jonny that help you build speed. We have the 2-hand coordination course. We have the I'll say that slower. 2-hand coordination course. We have the endless epic chords course. This helps you develop speed, strength, dexterity, finger control. So check those courses out. They're in our foundations roadmaps, and we have roadmaps or learning tracks for all levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Yeah, thanks, Gerard. I use pentatonic mix with blues to improvise. You get to use those extra notes, which makes it sound cool. Absolutely. That's something I'll do a lot of. Julia, hey, Jonny, tips for those of us with small hands trying to do the octave for ragtime. You know what, the octave, you really can't get on top of the notes. You really have to sort of, and I'm going to actually go here to the side angle. This is a really good question. But when you're playing octaves on the piano, your fingers are flat. And a lot of pianists think that they need to have curved fingers for the octave. And that's not the case. So what I encourage my students to do is get way down to the edge of the keys, right? And if I go, the furthest I can reach is a 10th. And I'm barely just grabbing the edge of the keys, like kind of with the edge of my finger, okay? But that's enough. And if you can do it like that, that's great. There's also stretches you can do in our beginner learning track. We talk about 6 stretches that I recommend for pianists. So I would check that out. It's called the Intro to the Keyboard course. And again, that's all about kind of stretching your hands. So I would encourage you to do both of those. And for anyone else watching who has small hands, that is my recommendation. All right, let's keep going here. Great questions. What was pentatonic again? That's your pentatonic scale, C pentatonic scale. We're just adding a note. We're adding a flat 3 to the scale to make it a little darker. This is such a happy scale. Okay, this is a little darker. Okay, it's a little bluesier, so I really like adding that. Great to be hanging out with all of you guys. Key of C course. Yeah, there's a course called the Key of C. In fact, we have key courses where I teach you all 12 of your major and minor keys. We talk about scales, chords, chord progressions, and then we apply each key with different songs. Tendency of using root chord on my left hand. Any suggestions as to get over that idiosyncrasy? Also, do you send actual hardbound books? No, it's all digital. So we give a full access membership. You can stream all of the videos. Most of our lessons have downloadable PDF sheet music. So if you want to download them, you can most of them are downloadable. Let's see, did I catch that question? Yeah, you have a tendency of using a root chord in the left hand, and so that's a big topic at Piano with Jonny. What do you do with your left hand if you're playing blues, if you're playing jazz, if you're playing pop, okay? And within all of these styles, we actually focus heavily on the left hand. In fact, we have a lot of courses where it just focuses on the left hand, like rock and blues bass lines. I teach you like 12 different things you can do with blues, and we talk about this also for ragtime and stride. What can you do with the left hand? I'd check that out. Let's see, I'd like to know how to use the pedal in blues. Minimal pedaling, generally. When I'm playing, I don't use a lot of pedal. In blues, what I would do is use the pedal at the ends of your phrases. 1 and 2 and 3 and down, up, 2, 3, and down, up, okay? So it's kind of like a crescendo. It sort of carries you into each new phrase. That's something I would encourage you to do. All of you guys wondering about pedaling, we actually have a pedaling course that we're currently working on. It's almost completed. So that's generally what I do for pedaling. Really think about buying your lessons. Let's see, I want to make sure I'm getting to all of your comments here. right. Buying your lessons, practice for about 12 years, so I'm technically good, but I've never learned scales, improv, and so on. Are your beginner lessons okay for me? Yeah, and the beginner lessons are really, really good. For all of you guys wondering, in the beginner lessons, we do teach all of the fundamentals. So you're going to learn your scales, you're going to learn your chords, you're going to learn good technique, you're going to get exercises. But really the big thing I think that makes Piano with Jonny unique is that we really focus on styles. So in your very first lesson, if you're a total beginner, I get you going playing the blues, playing Latin piano, playing swing piano in your very first lesson. You don't have to wait to play a lot of these fun styles. Great questions, guys. Let's see. Hi, Jonny. Welcome, welcome. Okay, very good. All right, guys. So it looks like this might be all of. I may have missed a few questions, so I want to. I'm gonna head up here. I think I missed a whole section. Yeah, I think I missed a lot of your questions. Yeah, mixed with the blues scale. Small hands, I answered this question. Okay. My teacher in the Netherlands always called that the boogie scale for some reason. Yeah, teachers all give different names to these scales. What we try to do at Piano with Jonny is use the formal names for the scale because we really want our students to be able to communicate with other musicians in an intelligent way. Can you review the right hand fingering? Yeah, the fingering is in the sheet, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. It's very simple fingering. It's a very simple scale. Do you have any techniques for using the augmented scale? Absolutely. We do talk about the augmented scale. I assume you're talking about the whole tone scale. This is a scale that like Thelonious Monk would use a lot in his playing, okay? We actually have a course called Scales for Improv, and in that course I teach you basically what to do with every chord you'll ever see, like 99% of the time. So what scales work over major chords? What scales work over minor chords? What scales work over dominant 7th chords and minor 7th chords and major 7th chords and diminished chords and half diminished chords? That's a really great course. I'd recommend that you check that course out because you really learn basically all the scales you need to use. And I give you guys exercises and talk about application. What style do you like to play most? I do a lot of swing. I'm a jazz swing kind of guy. So when I sit at the piano, I like to swing in a variety of ways. I'll play a lot of stride, walking bass lines. But I love it all. I truly love it all. And that really comes out in my playing. Are you a dad yet? Yes, I am a dad. I've been following a while, love the jazz and blues. I'm a dad. I have a 9-month-old son, and I'm married, and have a beautiful family. So I'm really, really blessed. Hi, this is Dina from the membership. Welcome, Dina. I know we have some members tuning in today. Can you elaborate a little on the left hand here? I missed the beginning. Yeah, we're talking about chord shells. Okay, this is actually in our current challenge going on this month at Piano with Jonny as I teach you jazz ballad improvisation. So again, Dina, since you're a member, I would encourage you to check out the challenge because I actually go into a lot more detail inside the challenge. Do you have any tips for memorizing chord progressions in the left hand? Yeah, I mean, what I would do if you really want to know your chords is know the key you're in. So if I'm trying to memorize chords in C, okay, what you really need to know are called your diatonic chords, okay? And we teach this in our key courses. So if I'm in the key of C, okay, what you need to do is start thinking of chords as being numbers, right? Like this is a 1 chord, this is a 2 chord, this is a 3 chord, and a 4 chord. If you start thinking about music in this way, you actually start memorizing a series of numbers. And usually in a song, you'll have like maybe a verse section and then a chorus. The verse might be 1, 5, 6, 4. And then that just keeps repeating. And then the next section goes 4, 1, 4, 5. Okay? So in that sense, you only have to memorize 2 series or sequences of numbers. So that's something I encourage our students to do. In fact, we have several courses on this topic of thinking of chords as numbers. And this really allows you to play jazz and pop and improvise and play freely. Okay? So that's what I would recommend for you. By the way, guys, once again, I want to remind you guys that what we're doing right now is what we do every single month in our Piano with Jonny membership. Our members get to ask me questions just like we're doing, and I give you guys tailored answers. Also, we do student assessments inside the Piano with Jonny membership, meaning you can submit a video to me, and I will watch your video, and I will give you feedback on your playing. This is the most personalized basically, advice you can get as a pianist. This is a new feature we offer in the Piano with Jonny membership. Again, guys, 50% off if you've ever considered the Piano with Jonny membership. Get in now, because we will not go lower than this price over there at Piano with Jonny. So, all right, let's keep going here. And I have a tendency of using the root chord. I think I answered that question. Let's see, is the blues scale and pentatonic about the same thing? Yeah, they're very, very similar. And like I mentioned earlier, the C gospel scale is the A blues scale, but it starts on C. Thinking about buying your lessons, practiced 12 years. I'm technically good, but never learned the scale. And I did answer that question. Do you ever use the pedal? I answered that one. How did you learn so much about different styles of music? I could answer this in a lot of ways. I've listened to a ton of music in my life, and one of the best things I encourage you to do, all of you guys to do who are watching, if you want to improve your piano game, is to listen to lots of different styles of music, because you absorb that language. I also studied with several phenomenal teachers: Johnny Hodges, Larry Flahive, Cecilia Coleman, down the list, and they were all, Bill Cunliffe is another teacher I studied with, and each of these teachers could play a variety of styles. Probably the most important teacher was Johnny Hodges. He was really a master of styles, so he taught me country western piano, stride, blues, boogie woogie, just really understood those. So awesome, thank you. What on a music sheet determines where on the keyboard you play? Well, Graham, you have to understand basically the way a grand staff works. And between your treble clef and your bass clef, there's a line. It's called a ledger line, and it's middle C on your piano. It's right here. Okay. Now, this is a beginner question. You're probably a complete beginner. I'd recommend you go through our Intro to the Keyboard course, where I teach you all of this stuff. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more. I think this might be all of the questions. I'm about halfway through beginner learning track. Should I wait on doing this? I'm not sure what you mean. If you're talking about the special, that won't affect anything. You just get the pricing of the special. Could you show us some epic chords? Sure, I'll show you some epic chords. Actually, we have a course called the Endless Epic Chords, but here's one I really like. Those are the coolest chords in the book, guys. You know what I want to do is I'm going to turn it over to, I think we might be streaming here. Actually, we're streaming on Facebook. So actually, I'm not, no, I don't think I'm going to turn it over to Facebook. So guys, this is, let's see, I think we're getting a few more questions here. And what date does your special pricing? The launch special ends on Friday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you really care to know. So it's like basically midnight Pacific Time if you guys want to get in. Sign up for yearly membership 2 days ago. Do I still qualify for the launch special? Yeah, you do. In fact, what I would do is sign up, and then I'm not sure how it works. You'll have to email our customer support team, but they'll handle any refunds that you would qualify for if you just signed up. Good. You guys looking good. Wrote you an email, but you didn't reply. Isn't it possible anymore to get in contact with you? It's challenging because we have a lot of students over at Piano with Jonny, and so we have a lot of students who want to contact me. But I will say, if you're a member at Piano with Jonny, the best way to chat with me is through our community. We've got the private Facebook community. We have a forum that we're actually about to launch on the membership where you can interact with me, and then the student assessments. So that's really the best way to get a hold of me if you're a member at Piano with Jonny. But again, this platform is really growing. We're getting a lot of new students in it, so I only have so much time. But again, those are ways that you can access me. Besides speeds, what is the difference between blues and boogie woogie? That's a good question. There's a lot of similarity. In fact, my ear, blues and boogie almost sound the same. Blues typically boogie I hear played a little faster. I would say the main difference are sort of signature boogie woogie licks. In like boogie woogie, you have certain licks. Okay, I would call that a boogie lick. Okay, boogie woogie bass. Okay, usually uses these octaves. Okay, so these are some of the characteristics of boogie woogie. Again, I'm gonna throw a course in there. We have a boogie woogie course where you can learn a lot of this stuff. So I'd encourage you to check that out if you really want to learn the difference between blues and boogie. We also go into a lot of depth on blues. Blues is one of the most common popular topics at Piano with Jonny, and it's one of our longest learning tracks. You can really get a solid education if you want to learn blues. Okay, all right, who else is in here? I want to make sure that I am, looks like everyone's doing pretty good. Sign up for the yearly membership. Yeah, you want to qualify for the launch special. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. We're doing a launch special giveaway where we're randomly selecting students this week, and we're giving away a $300 Roland Go Keys keyboard. We're giving away a free annual membership. We're giving away a 30-minute private lesson with me. I will do a private lesson with you if you are the lucky winner. We're giving away sheet music. We're giving away a metronome engraved with your name on it. A lot of cool stuff. Again, this is the time to get in, guys, if you ever thought about becoming a Piano with Jonny member. Okay, wrote you an email, didn't respond. Besides speed, I haven't answered that. Will we ever hear you cover your cover of Hello? How about now? Let's see, how does Hello go? Isn't that it? Okay, that's all you get because we got a lot of people here, but there you go. There's my cover of Hello. Do you have lessons in the country style? Not yet. Not yet. We're building out our country roadmap. Although I just made a quick, a 1-minute tip where we talk about who is that guy? I forget his name now. He was a country pianist. Anyway, I just made a 1-minute tip. It's called the slip note style, and that is country. So that is one of our 1-minute tips. Currently practicing Disney. It's not easy. We got someone working on one of the Disney tunes. I think I keep accidentally going too far. Let's try this slower. Currently practicing Disney. It's not easy. It took me a lot of time to practice. Yeah, we have some more challenging arrangements at Piano with Jonny. It's a whole variety. We have some very easy ones and more challenging ones. Favorite blues lick? Oh gosh. That's one of my favorites. Okay, here's another one. That's a blues roll. Here's a run I love. Okay. And I will say, again, I'm going to plug all of our courses. I teach you every single one of these riffs. We have the Bible of blues riffs, 120 blues riffs for a piano, complete beginner through advanced. And that's a really excellent course. If you want to learn blues licks, that's going to be the course for you. Guys, we have a ton of courses. It's a little overwhelming. We almost have 150 courses now, 600 lessons, step by step for all playing levels. So I'm going to keep plugging these courses for those of you who are wondering, because a lot of the answers to these questions are inside of our courses. So we do work really hard to make this knowledge really available to you guys so that you can actually take it to that next level of playing. What's the best exercise to start playing jazz? Well, we've got a number of jazz exercises depending on what you want to do. If you want to walk bass lines, check out our walk-in bass lines course where I teach you how to walk bass lines. Within each course, there are a number of exercises. So whatever technique you're working on, you can work on exercises for that technique. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to work on chords, we have the rootless voicings exercise where I take you through all 12 keys. Okay, we actually do it in some fun styles. We do it in like a bossa nova style. Okay, that's going to be in our jazz roadmaps. So I would encourage you to check out those. I don't know your playing level, but again, we have learning tracks for all playing levels, so you can check that out. Will this video be recorded so I can watch it? Yes, it will. I think we're going to leave it up on YouTube, so you will be able to watch this later. In fact, for our membership at Piano with Jonny, all of our Q&As, any of our live events are archived in the membership, so our members can jump back and very easily watch any of those. Love for you to do a lesson on John Cage's 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Wow. I might. That could happen. That absolutely could happen. I'll be sitting here and like crunching some like nachos. Can you run the scale one more time? I'll let you check it out at the beginning of the lesson. I want to get to some of the other questions from some of our other guests here. Floyd Kramer, thank you. Floyd Kramer, yes. The slip note. Okay, love that country style. Yeah, we're going to start making country courses. How do you use this skill to improvise over jazz songs or songs that move into other keys? So this is a good question related to the lesson that I just taught. If you're moving to other keys, then you would play the gospel scale in that key, okay? So what makes the gospel scale work over all the chords in C is just that, is they're all in C. But if I'm playing a tune, and I'm going to give you a harder tune like All the Things You Are. Okay, that's a really, really nice tune, and it moves through a lot of keys. You're in A flat for the beginning, okay? So you would use A flat gospel scale, right? And then now we go to C, and now we go to the C gospel scale. So you have to know what key you're in. This is why this scale works, but you have to be thinking about the key you're in. Yeah, actually a really good question. Good. Floyd Kramer, good. I want to learn to play like Floyd Kramer. Favorite piano sound, Rhodes. I'm a piano guy. I like a grand piano. Grand piano makes me super happy. Although I like Rhodes, I like Wurlitzer. Those are all really fun. Wonderful, guys. Well, could you pull off some AC/DC? Probably. What is it? AC/DC? All right, guys. So this concludes the lesson and the live Q&A. Again, I want to encourage you guys, if you have ever considered joining the Piano with Jonny membership, guys, we've been putting videos out on this channel for quite a bit of time. And if you want the full experience, we have it over at Piano with Jonny. Over 600 step-by-step lessons. We have the new website as well with a brand new learning dashboard, so you can track your progress. You can favorite our courses. We have introduced a variety of new shows over there. So we have the student assessments where you get feedback on your playing, student collaborations, just a ton of really cool stuff. So you guys check out Piano with Jonny. I'll put a link to that below. The 50% off, up to 50% off launch special ends this Friday, 11:59 PST. And again, if you've already joined the membership, welcome. I want to welcome you to the community. You've definitely come to the right place to learn all of these styles and improvise. And if you're still on the fence about it, you've got 3 more days, guys. All right, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Keep watching the videos. We're going to keep putting up weekly videos here on the channel, and I will see you guys here on the YouTube channel. Wonder what I should put out next. If you guys have requests for what I call these little quick tips, these little 10-minute videos, leave it in the comments. I'll check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, take it easy, everyone.